Hello and welcome. I'm Annie and today we will be making French onion soup. For this recipe, you'll need 1 pound of peeled onions, 1 liter of beef stock, half a cup of red wine, 2 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon of flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme, 2 tablespoons of butter, salt and pepper to taste, but I use about 1 teaspoon of each, a cup of shredded cheese, a bread of your choosing. I prefer to use a day-old bread. This one we got from the bakery yesterday. This is just a calabrese, but you can use any bread you like. You can even use Melba toast or crackers, whatever you have on hand. And then just some butter so that we can toast up the bread. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to do our bread first, just to get that out of the way. So turn on your pan to about a medium heat and just slice your bread into about 1/2-inch slices. Now that our bread is sliced, we're just going to butter each side of the bread. One side, other side. And just put it straight on your pan once it's preheated. Once it's toasted nicely on the one side, just like this, flip it on over and repeat the same on the other side. And continue this process until all your bread is toasted off. Once your bread is nicely toasted on both sides, just remove it from your pan and set it aside until later when we are assembling our soups. To get our soup started, we're going to prepare the onions. So grab your onion and make sure that the bottom side that holds all the petals together is cut out. And then you just want to cut your onion in half and cut your slices about a 1/4 inch thick lengthwise. So going with the grain. When you do this, it helps keep the onion pieces together. Our onions are chopped, so let's get started on making the soup. Turn your pot onto a medium-low heat, and then we're just going to melt the butter. Once your butter is melted, add the onions to your pot. Now, on a medium-low to low heat, just bring those sugars out of those onions as they're caramelizing. Essentially what you're doing here is making an onion jam. So you're really encouraging at that slow temperature for the onions to really sweeten and soften. Make sure that you're stirring frequently during this process to ensure that your onions don't burn to the bottom of the pot. I'll check in with you guys again soon as we continue this process. The onions are really starting to develop that beautiful caramelized color. Just continue through this process until they've really broken down, are really nice and soft, and you can smell the sweetness. Again, I'll check back with you soon. Once your onions have this beautiful caramelized color, add in your thyme, pepper, and bay leaves. And toast this off for an additional 2 minutes. Now, add your red wine to deglaze the pot. And make sure you're scraping the bottom of the pot because that's where those flavorful bits are. We want to get them up and into our soup. Alrighty, you have something that looks like this. Beautiful, bold red color. Now add your flour. And again, stir this up and let it cook off for between 30 seconds to 1 minute. You don't want to leave this on too long because the flour will start to cook to the bottom. Perfect. Next, just add your beef stock. Stir this up. Now bring this back up to a simmer. Because your stock is cold, you just need to bring the temperature back up. Our soup is now back up to a simmer. Now is your opportunity to check your soup and see if it needs any more salt. So just grab yourself a tablespoon, give it a taste, and add salt as desired. Once this point has been reached and you've added salt, if required, just cover it with a lid partially and let this simmer for about 10 minutes. In that time, get your oven started on broil. Now that our oven is preheated and our soup's been simmering for a little bit, we're ready to assemble our soups. So just prepare yourself a cookie sheet with your onion soup crocks. And then just fill each crock first. Make sure as you're filling the crocks that you grab your bay leaves and just discard them. This recipe is designed for 4 crocks of onion soup, so if you need more than that, be sure to increase the quantities that you're using in your recipe. So now that our soup is in the crocks, we just want to top each soup with 2 pieces of our toasted bread. Next, just top your soup and your bread with shredded cheese. You can also use a cheese slice like a Gruyere or maybe even an Emmental or a Swiss. I just prefer the convenience of shredded cheese and the fact that I usually have this on hand. Cooking really doesn't have to be difficult or come with complex ingredients in order to be packed with flavor. Alrighty, so our soups are totally assembled. Pop them under the broiler in the oven for 1 to 2 minutes or until the cheese is bubbly. Our soup is fresh out of the oven, and because it's piping hot right now, give it about 10 to 15 minutes to cool before you serve it to your family. It has been a pleasure cooking with you today. I hope that you've enjoyed this recipe. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or are having any trouble making this work for you. Be sure to click the thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video and click the bell to get notifications of upcoming videos. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.